the lovely Zara. And they're having their summer sale. They do this thing earlier. So if you miss it this year, you can catch it next year. Love this sale because basically these folks right here, they are one of the first companies to just be modest. Like, why can't we just be modest? All right, why can't we just do that? Everybody out here trying to be cute. Too much. You're doing too much. Sexy is not really a thing anymore. All right, I think that TikTok is basically showing that sexy is on its way out, and that could be for a variety of reasons. I think pants have to be one of my favorite things because you can just get so creative with them, and literally the rest of your outfit can be extremely plain, but when you got on some striped pants, it doesn't look so plain anymore. But you know, I typically get pretty plain pants. One of my favorites, and you know, you can thank the Muslim girls for this, because when a Muslim girl knows how to dress, she does it very well. Let's see if I can find some pleated pants. All right, that's an easy way to look put together, I feel like. And these are originally $79.99, which we'll say that's $80. And so what you do to take the percentage off, instead of saying, oh, 70 times 80 and then minus, you actually do 30 times what's on here. So 30 times 80. So these are around $24, which is really not bad, coming down from 80 and all. Of long dresses here. You know, I love me a midi dress. I love me a maxi dress because, you know, that's just the cutest. It's the cutest that I think that, you know, you can get where you look put together. I think a lot of the times people just don't look put together in short dresses. Like this, I used to wear stuff like this in high school. My friends were saying stuff, but apparently my mom wasn't. So, you know, you got all these different dresses. This is a really beautiful color. That's nice. Very nice color. You got this little, and you know, the thing is with maxi dresses and with midi dresses, like they go year round, so you don't have to stop wearing them. You just put a little sweater over them or whatever, and then it turns into something new. Now that's kind of cute. Dun, dun, dun. Stripes don't really look good on me, but I do have an affinity for this kind of like asymmetrical look. Look at that. That's pretty nice. Little modest dress. It's reminding me of a play that I went to go see when I was in high school. I have a bad memory, but it's basically about these Cuban folks that want to go to America. So this one is $80, and then yeah, it says 60, but I think everything's 70% off. So around the same, 24. That's not bad. And on top of that, you know, it feels cotton, and that's the other thing that I love about Zara. There's a lot of cotton and linen. This is a linen dress. A linen dress, so this is $90 for this one, which, you know, online you typically can get a linen dress for around that, but usually it's like $120 type deal. So this is actually really even a good deal without the sale. I'm not a fan of the frayed ends, but I think that would look good on somebody that's not me. Look at this. That's beautiful. Now this isn't one of the ones that's on sale, but can you talk about handiwork? And it's only 59 bucks. That's really cheap. Now this is it's obviously crocheted or knit or something like that. And so you can kind of see through it a bit, but you know, I definitely wear something under it or wear something over it. A long duster or maybe like a denim jacket or something, but this is really cute and unique for my girlies that like the earthy look. I would also suggest getting a size up with these kind of garments because the knits or crochet is more likely to shrink. Jumper here, that's very cute. I think it's got the, what do they call it, the barrel leg kind of look going on. I don't know, it's wider at the knee and then slimmer at the ankle. And I also like that it's high neck. That's really nice. And it has a nice sheen to it, and it's kind of heavy. And then it looks like it actually has a cowl for the back, which is really nice. This is like an elevated jumpsuit. So this guy's a little bit more expensive, $129. I kind of wonder what the fabric is, but sometimes it's not really about the fabric, it's about the cut of it. And sometimes, you know, there's certain fabrics that cost more. Linen's definitely one of them. I don't think this is linen. So this is actually 100% polyester. Yeah, I don't know if you should be charging that much for polyester, but like I said, sometimes it's about the cut of the garment. And this is a nice, modest idea right here. You can never go wrong with a tunic, honestly. Me personally, you know, I'm a tunic girl. I love me a nice tunic, but I don't love me white because I know I will not be able to keep that thing clean. One of the dresses I was checking out the last time I was here, and I don't know, I looked at it this time and I was like, it's kind of giving nun monk, which, you know, a nun does represent the children of God, and you know, I've been a Buddhist before, so I mean, I would kind of fit in a little bit, but yeah. And I think this is probably at least part linen. This guy is $99 and then 70% off, so yeah, around 30. It's nice. It's kind of interesting. The other ones I was looking at last time, and I just love this dress. I think it's so nice, and I guess you can say ethereal. Yeah, let's face it this direction. It's better lighting. I think I'm gonna try this one. It was kind of cool. It's a little much for me, but it is modest, and I like how it has this tie on the side. So if you wanted to, you know, tie your waist, like cinch your waist a little bit, you can do that. But you know, it is a maxi dress, so it is very modest, plus the long sleeves. Alright, these are so fun. You know, my parts would have a hard time fitting in these, but you know, what a lot of people do is they end up putting t-shirts under them. I like this. This kind of reminds me of like Vacation in Polynesia or something like that. This one too, definitely going on Hawaiian vacation for sure. And this is like a picnic in the park with cupcakes. So this one intrigues me. I kind of like how over the last few years H&M and Zara have done these kind of athletic skirts, because there's a lot of sisters that they just wear skirts and dresses, but they like to work out. And so I think this is a good option. You know, it's got the pockets. It feels like it could be both an athletic material but cotton as well, which is kind of nice. So same thing, you know, the skirts as well. Me personally, I don't like to wear anything that's over the knee. There's this, it's a really nice color, but the slit is really high, so I try to avoid that too, unless I'm wearing some kind of leggings or like stockings under it. Some of my favorite pants right now, they're called balloon pants or harem pants, and I love them. I love all of them. I have loved them since the dawn of time, actually, but they just started to get popular this year pretty much. I find a lot of the cultural garments are pretty popular this year, and I think it's because people are desiring something that's a little more covering and womanly and that kind of thing. This whole section, things I've always been a sucker for are these like marching band jackets. From the time I was a kid, I've always loved this look. I think Rihanna, like, maybe she popularized it. I don't know why I'm thinking Rihanna. Maybe I saw her wear it once, but yeah, I had a denim one like this before, and it was pretty cool. Found some stuff. I think I'm gonna go try it on. And you know what? This is the first top. Well, actually, this is the first top, and you know, my girls could not handle that. It was like, what we need out. I said, nah, all right, we ain't gonna do this. But it's a cute top. Other than that, it just needs to go over something. But I like it. It's different. It's different. This, you know, is giving Bishop's daughter a little bit. It's giving tending the sheep. I don't really like to wear pink too much, at least not this color pink. Prefer something more peachy or like hot pink or that, but you know, I had got this corset a while ago, and it's got pink in it, so I said, well, maybe I can put the corset over that, because we're definitely not wearing the corset by itself. This is the second top, and it's giving, you know, don't play with me, all right? So yeah, I don't know about this. It's like what would this be? Chinese, like Chinese church lady is what is kind of going on. You know, anytime I see buttered yellow, it just reminds me of like the 60s or something. I'm not a huge, like, I like yellow, but I don't like wearing it. But I kind of like cultural looking garments and that kind of thing, so that's why I picked this one up. It's not bad, it's just, it kind of has a weird shape to it. Like, I feel like it should be a little more fitted in the middle or something like that. And I think it would be nicer as a dress than a top. But yeah, I don't know. I've always, like, since in middle school, I've kind of had a thing for East Asian garments, and it hasn't ended. The next garment, which, this is funny because this says it's a large, but it's giving maybe small to medium. I'm usually a small, and this is actually fitting pretty snugly. But I said that over there, and then I saw the extra small, and I was like, this could fit my arm a bit. But I don't know. I'm a fan of these kind of, these tails, if you will, like the flare out thing. You know, I feel like I could wear this with some combat boots and just be kicking indoors and that kind of thing. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about keeping it. Like, that's my mentality at this point. Would I keep it for a long time? It is a garment that, you know, it's modest, obviously. You can probably throw a sweater over it and that kind of thing. But I guess what would be telling me not to keep it is just the color. It's like a very drab green. And I don't typically wear a lot of neons and brights and that kind of thing. I really like something in between. One of my favorite dresses is green, but it's like an emerald green. And yeah, plus this bra thing, like your bra, I don't like that part. I mean, I guess you can wear like a tank top under it or something, but it's not bad. It's giving Angelina Jolie a bit in the 90s. Like a little jumpsuit. I mean, would be good if you're pregnant too, I think. I don't know. It's nice. I think it's something that you can wear every day. Plus, I think it's made out of some kind of natural material. I had to try it on with this top since I said, oh, alright, we'll probably need to wear a little something under here. It's not too bad. I like it. It's not, it is giving period piece, that's for sure. But, you know, for the right person, that would be real cute. And you know what I like about this as well? You could probably wear it to bed and be very comfortable in it as well. It feels like something that you can have like all 4 seasons and dress it up or dress it down. However, I'm not going to get it this time. For this little number, I actually like this. I think that, and there's pockets. This is probably one of the more expensive ones. It was originally $99, but it's 70% off, so now it's $30. But you know, it has to be a very rare find for me to pay $30 for it even. That's how cheap I am. But I like it. I like it. And another one thing is it's linen. It's 100% linen. You know, it's modest. I like the color as well. I think like maybe you can do this kind of thing too, like, because it's kind of feeling kind of scrunched up. So we're doing this, all right. I feel like I should be in my backyard at a brick oven cooking right now and making juices. That's what this is giving. I like it. Good color, good modesty. You know, I will consider it. It's like feeling like a princess a bit, because I'm not being treated like a princess. So if I can feel like a princess, that's a valuable thing to me. But yeah, it's good. Princessy. It's got the princess sleeves. I'm actually most excited to try because it reminded me of a dress on Pinterest. It was like blue and maybe it was like golden blue or something, but I don't know. I like it. I like this skirt. I don't like to say what the name of this skirt is because it's giving credence to fallen beings, so I won't say it. But you know, this is interesting right here. I don't know. I like it. But when I put it on, I was like, what am I supposed to do with this? Are we supposed to tie it? I don't know, but I tied it. I don't know if I like it tied so much. I think I like the tendrils better. But yeah, nice dress, nice skirt, a little tight. Had to take a deep breath before I started filming. It's got a little good. I ate right before this, but yeah, it's a nice little dress. It's I think with a long duster or something, like in my head, a long hunter green duster would be nice. The brassiere straps off, and I really like this dress. I just wish it wasn't so small. I'm having to really suck it in to like feel right, but I think it looks decent on me. I think so. Sometimes what I do is I follow these style lines, and one of my lines is like the ethereal. So certain like ethereal looking garments or like timepieces look good on me, and yeah, I don't think this is too bad. I think it kind of matches that. The support, because if I were to take the brassiere off, I don't know what's going to happen. There's no support in the top half, you know, and I think it's because of the fabric. I think they needed to like build something into it, and then it would have been all right. A top. It's a peasant top. It's not bad. I like it. It's unique. It's unique. It's kind of got this thing going on as the blue top. But less and more less cleavage. And then it's got the bishop sleeves, or are they bubble sleeves, or are they lantern sleeves? I'm still trying to figure it out. It's not bad. I don't know if it looks the best on me, but you know, on the right person it would. We are back in Beijing. Alright, I do like, they're called, I'm probably saying this wrong, Chang Song. No, just don't even quote me, but you know, I used to love these guys when I was in middle school, and I always wanted one. And this one is like real nice material, you know, it fits pretty well. I definitely would not wear it as a dress. It needs to be like a whole foot long for me. More, but what I would do, because I really love the Vietnamese cultural garment, it's, I don't know how to pronounce it, maybe it's like a iodai or something like that, but it's basically a high neck usually. This one girl had one with bell sleeves. They're usually made out of silk or like silk chiffon, so really nice fabrics, and they're really long, like they go down to your feet, but then the split kind of comes up here. And then usually people wear like wide leg pants with them, like matching wide leg pants or something that complements them. So I would probably wear, you know, some wide leg pants with this, but I don't know. I'm a long sleeve girl usually, so it's really nice for what it is. I think it looks quality, right? The fabric looks really good in my opinion. The cut is really nice, so if you do happen to be at Zara, then this might be the dress for you. My original garment. So this right here, I believe this is called a kurti. It's culturally Indian, and maybe some Pakistanis might wear it, you know, over in this area. And it's made of cotton, lawn, I believe. I got it from a boutique in Nashville. It was only like 20 bucks. It wasn't too bad. And yeah, I don't know. I decided that I like these kind of shirts because they are modest, because they usually are made of, you know, natural fabric. And I like the print too. It's kind of a cute print to me. And then I got my balloon pants from H&M. They were like 10 bucks a couple weeks ago. And I love them. I usually like, you know, pants with a button and a zipper. These don't have it. But, you know, these are very easy to get on, and they're very comfortable. And, you know, they're modest, obviously. And then I got my head covering on. Alright, so as much as I love that gold and brown dress with the tendrils, that would have been my choice if it had support and if it wasn't strangling me, you know, to the extent that it was strangling me. That's like an abusive relationship, right? And I don't want to struggle every single time I go to put the garment on. Plus, you know, I'm kind of a functional girl, so I feel like I have to have a garment that I can wear often, and you know, I don't feel like it's gonna rip apart. You know, it's a beautiful garment, but at the same time, I was like, the straps kind of look like they're falling off a bit. The fabric seems kind of weak. So I like what they were doing, or what they were thinking about doing, but they just didn't get it done. I'm sorry, Zara. Let's redo it, because I do love the idea of it. But I ended up getting the linen dress. Dun, 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 here it is. Anyway, ended up getting this one because linen, it is probably one of my favorite fabrics. I would give it top 3 favorite fabrics. Linen is actually mentioned in the Bible on multiple occasions. So God commanded the priests to wear linen, and then they would wear, I believe it was wool vest over it. So The beauty about linen and wool is they both have a frequency of 5,000 megahertz. And so when you put them on, they have the capability to heal you. Well, God also told the Israelites to do not interweave linen and wool. Now, a lot of people might think that's silly. Oh, that was back then. No, God doesn't change. So the concept of it is when you intermix, when you interweave linen and wool, their frequencies actually collapse to zero, and then neither one of them has the capability to heal you anymore. So God was not a fool when he said this. So yeah, I went with the linen dress. I think this is a really good price for a linen dress. That it's going to go pretty good with my corset. Because this is the thing. I used to love corsets growing up too. And, I find a fascination how people are attracted to certain styles and that kind of thing. And then I saw this corset at, the Plato's Closet like a month or so ago. And I said, well, I do kind of like this style where people wear corsets over button-up shirts or whatever the deal is. I said, I could never wear that by itself. Like, I'm not trying to go that route. I think back in the day, I was trying too hard to be sexy. And so, yeah, I definitely would have wore it by itself. But I said, well, there has to be, more modest ways to wear it. And so, yeah, I said, well, maybe I can find some kind of bubble sleeve top or bubble sleeve dress and then wear it that way. And lo and behold, I think that it will look good with this dress. And yeah, we can wear that. All right, y'all. So this is my little modest outfit that I'm wearing today. I got this dress from Zara yesterday. And, it's maybe a little bit out my budget. Cheap girl. On a budget type deal. It's $30. It was $33 altogether. All right. I typically would not spend over $25 for a dress, but I feel like this dress is really worth it because it's 100% linen. I like the color of it, and I got this corset a couple of weeks ago, and I said, well, I need something to wear with my corset, and I think this actually goes very well. So, as you can see, I feel modest in it. I don't feel like I'm exposing too much. I try to keep my skirts midi length or to the floor. I've tried this. I don't really like it because at some point you're going to expose your legs if you're sitting down. And so, I try to keep mine usually midi length. And don't get me wrong, if you are a knee length girl, I'm not judging you. I'm just not there anymore. It's not something that I want to do. I feel like the women in the Bible, they wore very long dresses and long skirts. And so I think that, there's a modesty component concerning the women in the Bible. And that's just what people did back then. And so, yeah, it's a little weird nowadays because you see a lot of people and they don't wear a lot of clothing a lot of the times. But, at the end of the day, this is why we're doing these kinds of things, because we want to show you that you don't have to look like an Amish person or a Mennonite, to be modest. There's so many different kinds of styles. It's not even funny. Like people styling in the 70s, very good example of modesty. A lot of times the women wore these long sleeve shirts with little tie necks, and they might have some bell bottoms or something along the lines of that. Long dresses, long hippie dresses, that kind of thing. I know people that love that style as well. Me personally, I'm kind of getting into like the period pieces. I just like them. I've noticed that a lot of people will have more respect for me. And I think the reason that is because inside of mankind, there's a little seed of God in everyone. And I think about, well, what were people wearing in the heavenlies? When I have visions of women in the heavenlies during the wedding feast, they were either all dressed in long skirts or long dresses, or some of them wore pants. And I think the whole pants aspect has to do with being in the field, in a sense, being someone who is taking dominion type deal. Because when I had a vision of myself coming to God, I was dressed in a military uniform and I had pants on. So there's like some kind of masculine aspect to that. I know the book of Thomas says that though Mary was a woman, she had a spirit of a man. So this is one that has dominion over the earth type deal. Just because you're a man as well doesn't necessarily mean you have the spirit of a man either. You can have the spirit of a woman, which the woman ate the apple. All right, so the weaker vessel type deal. So, yeah, I think it's a nice little shindig. You know, some people would be bold enough to wear this all the time. I'm probably not one of them. I do love both items, but you know, this is something that I would probably wear to some kind of event. How I am going to wear it for the rest of the day, though. And praise God, this actually has a zipper back to it. It's just like this. I like it. It's a little loose. A little bit loose so I can breathe a little bit better. I don't know how people were wearing corsets back then all the time, but yeah. This is my final form today.